LAPD chief is raising the alarm after 34 people were shot in a single week in Los Angeles. The crazy part, something that kind of scared me, was like 25 of these shootings are concentrated in one area in South LA.
What part of LA is that?
I can't remember, but it's south. It's an area. It's South Central, basically.
Okay. Well, dude, you got education issues.
It's part of the game, Lonzo. It's part of the game, right?
It's part of the game. You got education issues. You got historical issues. You got issues that have been plaguing us forever that nobody wants to address. I'm not talking about music promoting gang violence and video games promoting. Oh, that's not bullshit. It's all a part. It's not one thing. It's not one drop of rain won't drown your ass, but you get enough drops on your ass, you're gonna drown. Okay, one drop of rain ain't gonna drown you. So no, it ain't just the music. It ain't just this. It ain't just that. But all this shit together, combined together, it's a flood. And you got people that we got the internet and all this other stuff that ain't got no regulations on nothing. People are overwhelmed with this, man. Folks are trying to figure out how they can get money. You got shit going up through the roof. You was improperly educated. Life is going through the roof. Expenses are going through the roof. You don't have the same guidance you used to have. The same morality. Morality is almost an option now. Okay, so it's one of those situations, man, where folks is under pressure and they don't even know how they don't even know how to express themselves. They do what they got to do.
I know you feel this one. American Negro says, I knew the game was messed up when they took out welding, automotive, woodworking, and agriculture out of high school curriculum.
American Negro, you are absolutely correct. I'm going to tell you something, American Negro. As a grown-ass man, I ain't never took in high school, I had automotive, I had woodworking, I knew how to weld. When I walked out of Vanguard, I could weld. Okay, that was part of my final exam for Vanguard. That's when we had the sticks and you had to spark it and wait for the spark to hit, and so you can see what you're doing because the glasses were so dark. You had that big helmet on your head, and you couldn't see out of it, and you couldn't see nothing until that spark hit. And you had to make that bead to make that seam. That's how you got your grade. Based on how that seam looked will determine how you got your grade in that. Or you had the other one where you had the torch. You had to know how to cut and weld with the acetylene torch. Tell me I'm telling you what I know. Okay, I never took I never took any agricultural classes. My daddy taught me all that right there. But I'm gonna say this right here. As a 65-year-old man, all those skills apply right now as a homeowner. Okay? As a homeowner, every one of those skills apply right now. Woodworking, knowing how to measure wood, how to hammer, how to saw. I just got through doing a whole bedroom in one of my bedrooms in my house because I can do it, not because I'm too cheap. I am cheap, but I can do this my damn self. I could lay this floor. I could paint this damn wall. I can hang this TV. I can do what has to be done because I learned years ago in school how to put a shelf up. You got to know how to put a lag up. These things, these simple things, you can go to Home Depot and be able to do. They don't teach you. YouTube is a big help, but it's nothing like being in the classroom where you can make a mistake and somebody can show you, hey, man, that's good, but this is better. Okay? YouTube, if you can get it done, that ain't nobody gonna correct you. They're just gonna show you how to do it. And sometimes they skip a step or two, or you may not have the exact tool or exact situation, but you got something similar, so you try to make it happen. But yeah, all those skills that you just talked about, automotive, changing your oil, changing brakes. My son's car broke down the other night. He called me up. We thought it was a battery. Ain't the battery, it's a starter. Okay, because when you try to jump it, it don't move. If it's moving, but it ain't clicking. When it's clicking, it's the starter. I mean, the battery. When it's moving, but it ain't kicking over, it's usually just when it's clicking, it's the battery. When it's moving and ain't spinning fast enough, it's usually the starter. Okay, but these are simple things like this. You don't know. They don't want you to know because if you know, You ain't gonna take that your car to the mechanic and let the mechanic fix it. Used to be a time.
Exactly. Yep.
Used to be a time I put my son's car up on my, because I got my own rails and everything, and change the starter myself. But at 65 years old, I ain't getting my ass down there. But unfortunately, he don't have them skills, and we haven't done enough of that stuff for me to feel comfortable with him doing that. But I'm just not. I'm teaching him what I can do. Hey, here's how you change your oil. Here's how you hook up your batteries. Here's how you do basic stuff for your car. But again, changing the starter, especially on a Honda, can be a little different.
Yeah. Man, American Negroes kick in some knowledge. He says, I remember when brothers and sisters could come out of high school and get a job, a great job, because they were already trained. Now you have to pay extra money for trade school. What was the program? Was it the Cedar program that you guys had?
Program, baby. I'm a product of that too. Cedar program. That's why I got the That's how I got the Caltrans. 11th grade, I was in the Cedar program. And we worked on the freeway with everybody else. I'm putting out cones on the 605 freeway, dodging cars. I'm picking up 50-pound bales of tar, putting them in the little melting trailer so they can do crack sealing. I'm putting out sprinklers in the morning under the Cedar program. There's programs like that now. They don't give you the same amount of hours. Cedar, I worked the whole summer, man, from July. Right after 4th of July till Labor Day, right before Labor Day. That's my last day. And they hired me later on. I didn't take the job, but they hired me later on.
Why do you think they took programs like that, out of the hood?
Cedar program, and there's another program we had, we had dances, we'd have dances and stuff in the parks. I can't think of it offhand. But all those programs gave us a chance to make some money, and also gave us a chance to interact in different communities. So it minimized the gangbanging factor. Okay. I forgot the name of the program. Because you would go in.
I'll see if I can look it up. Go ahead.
You would go out. You'd be a crew of kids working at Compton on the Park, and they put it in a van or a bus and take you over to Looters or another park, and you got to interact with people. Okay, we played baseball. I lived in the Athens Park district, but I played baseball at Campanella. All my buddies played at Athens, but we would still go play at Athens, and we got to know each other because at some point in time, a lot of these guys that played in Athens met they met again in the pros, baby. They met in the pros again. Okay, so all these programs are cut out, and it made the hood segregated, and ain't no money. Okay, and when Reagan came into office, they started. He had this free enterprise shit. Excuse me.
Does the Community Arts Academy sound familiar?
Nah.
That's not it. Okay.
Teen Post. It was Teen Post. It was called the Teen Post. Okay. It was called Teen Post. That's what it was. Teen Post. They had Teen Posts in different parks, and we go dance, party, hang out, do crafts, shoot caroms, not pool, shoot caroms, look like checkers, little wooden checkers and shit. And you go swim over there, and you get to meet people from different communities, and it just help you develop relationships outside your own hood. So if you saw somebody you liked over there, you wanted to date her, you ain't got to worry about getting jumped on. Oh, that's homeboy from Teen Post. He cool. Okay, they cut that shit out. Everybody became Crips and Bloods right behind that, bro. Everybody became Crips and Bloods after that. So you got all this.
Safe to say that we ruined that ourselves, then?
Say it again now?
Is it safe to say that we ruined that ourselves? Or did the government take it away?
The government took it away. Reagan cut all that shit out. He cut all. See, the program was gone. Everything was gone. Even the jobs that you can get fresh out of high school, because you can leave high school in June, on June 18th, and be working at General Motors on the 19th. It was like that, dude. A lot of youngsters had real jobs. Unknown used to work for Douglas Aircraft. I met him. He was 17. He had a job at Douglas. Okay, making good money. That was the deal back then. You could make a real man's living at 17, 18 years old And if you kept your nose clean, you could retire from there at 45, 50 years old. Because that's 20, once you got 20 years in, they gonna tell them, go home. A lot of you had a tire shop. You had a Goodyear was on Florence and Central. You had General Motors had an office, had a manufacturing spot in Downey. We went there for a field trip. You had the post office. You had all kind of jobs. You had the aircraft, the aircraft companies, and all those jobs got shipped out of California, out of the area, out of the hood. And even the same thing happened in Detroit. Detroit was big time. Was a big time blue collar.
Thank you, OG Steve. Good looking out. Bronx in the building.
Detroit was a big time car manufacturing city, and they took all them jobs and started breaking them off to different cities. And now Detroit is a barren land. Ain't nobody in there somewhere but snow and ragged ass houses. So yes, I think it was a plan. And then Trump right behind that, here come crack. Here come crack. Here come crack.
Man, design.
We always had gangbangers. All my life, there's been gangs, but they were never the factor they became in the 80s and 90s.